What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing Ravens content every single day. If you want to stay at daily Ravens content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell as well if you want to get notified every single time I upload a brand new video. Now, in this video today, it's going to be a news video. The news just came out. The Baltimore Ravens press conference is very soon. It's upcoming. I believe it's in about half an hour. When this gets uploaded, it'll probably be around the exact same time that press conference comes out. So if there's anything like drastic that comes out of that, I will make another video. However, I saw that Sam Koch has announced his retirement, and I felt like when a Ravens legend like Sam Koch retires, that deserves a video. I want to express my appreciation for how great he has been over the last, basically almost the entire time I feel like I've been a Ravens fan. Sam Koch's been the guy. All right, not exactly. He hasn't been there that long, but most of my, Ravens fandom has been watching Sam Koch punt the ball and hold that football for the Kickers, and he's been great. That leaves Justin Tucker as the only remaining player from the Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl team, but Sam Koch retiring, it is still a big hit. It was something that I thought could happen because I felt like, one, he wouldn't play for another team outside of the Baltimore Ravens, and two, I felt like his punting skills, or not skills, it just has declined over the last couple of seasons. However, he's been great at being the placeholder for Justin Tucker. And so that was something that I was concerned about is Justin Tucker, for the first time in his career, will not have Sam Koch holding if the Ravens end up drafting a punter, which they ended up doing with Jordan Stout. It appears he'll be the guy taking over the mantle. We had heard the Ravens had talked with Sam Koch about potentially drafting a punter, and he was kind of thinking about that. Also, I got to fix the hat right there. But overall, Sam Koch has been a staple to the Baltimore Ravens special teams for his entire career. I fully expect his number to not be worn anytime soon. Mr. Number 4, which is, always holds a place in my heart because 4, as a kid was always my favorite number. So Sam Koch always had, when I was picturing like, oh man, I want to be a Baltimore Raven when I'm in like middle school or whatever. It's like, oh man, I can't be number 4 because Sam Koch. He's got number 4. But overall, he's been one of the punters in the NFL, and that's been something that the Ravens take pride in, is their special teams. A lot of teams, punter doesn't matter as much as it does with the Baltimore Ravens because John Harbaugh is a special teams player or special teams coach, right? That's where his background is in. That is what he strives to have. He makes sure he has a good kicking game, holder, long snapper, and then punter. He needs all of that because he believes that having a good special teams is a foundation to having success. There was a season in which the San Diego Chargers were the number 1 offense and number 1 defense in the NFL. They did not make the playoffs. Why? Because they didn't have a good special teams. That was legitimately why. They were not good on special teams. With the best offense and best defense in the NFL, they couldn't make the playoffs. The Ravens have built their team. Yes, a lot of times we think of it as they build it through the defense. I would argue, in the John Harbaugh era, so not the 2000 Ravens, where they had the greatest defense of all time, the special teams has been the foundation for the team, and then it's been defense, then it's been offense. How many times have games come down to, all right, we got to make this game-winning field goal, and we turn to Justin Tucker. Or, all right, we got to pin them. Our offense is struggling. We got to pin them so then we can get better field position. All right, Sam Koch, you go out there and you do your thing. Even the Super Bowl, even not even just the Super Bowl, even that whole postseason run, you can look at the special teams game and how important that was. Jacoby Jones kick return coming out of into the second half in the Super Bowl, right? Touchdown. How did they win? Oh, they take the safety with Sam Koch, and then it's the final play is a kickoff, and they have to make sure they cover Ted Ginn Jr. When they beat the Denver Broncos in the playoffs with the Mile High Miracle, that just sent them to overtime. It was a game-winning field goal from Justin Tucker that ended it in second overtime. What happened the year before that in the AFC Championship game against the New England Patriots? missed field goal. And I feel like at that point, John Harbaugh was like, that's not going to happen. We can't lose on special teams. And so, special teams, whether it's returning kicks, returning punts, having kickoffs, that has been a very, very important part of this team. And Sam Koch has been that guy alongside Justin Tucker for the last decade. It's going to be a big loss for the Ravens. Now, hopefully, Jordan Stout is able to come through and step up. Maybe there's potential. Maybe Sam Koch is coming in to become a coach with the Baltimore Ravens. I do not know. The press conference does not start for a little bit longer. So if, news comes out, I will talk about that as well. But guys, a Ravens legend, one of the greatest Ravens of all time, is retiring. Let me know what you guys are thinking about it. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for daily Ravens content. And I will see all of you again, potentially later today if there's other news. Greg Roman firing, not happening, but I would love for it to happen. And I'll see all of you again next time.